What if I told you that confidence has nothing to do with feeling prepared and everything to do with moving forward while afraid? You've likely been there, frozen by fear, replaying every choice in your mind, questioning whether you'll ever measure up. I've stood in that same place, weighed down by doubts that felt impossible to overcome. I've built multiple businesses, taken countless risks, and stepped onto stages with my heart pounding, barely keeping myself composed. And through all of it, I learned something transformative. The Stoics believed courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. Every challenge, every uncomfortable moment, isn't something to run from, but something to lean into. It's in those terrifying moments, when taking the first step feels unbearable, that confidence is actually formed. Real confidence isn't built in comfort, it's forged through action. So if you've ever wondered how to stop overthinking and genuinely feel confident, you're exactly where you need to be. I'll show you how to turn fear into an ally and uncertainty into your greatest advantage. If you're ready to break free from self-doubt and build confidence the Stoic way, subscribe, because that choice itself is a step toward growth and becoming the strongest version of yourself. Now let's dive in and unlock real, lasting confidence. You've probably heard the saying, fake it until you make it. But honestly, how often does that actually work? Sure, you can put on a mask, walk into a room, and act like everything is under control. But deep down you know it's an act. You're still scared, still questioning yourself. Confidence isn't something you can pretend into existence. It's not about acting fearless when you aren't. It's about showing up anyway. It's about doing what scares you even when you feel unprepared. That's the real test of confidence, and it's something you build gradually, not something that suddenly appears. In a world full of self-help gurus and motivational voices telling you to just believe in yourself, it's easy to think confidence comes from positive thoughts or external approval. But that's not how it works. Stoicism teaches that true confidence is born from facing discomfort directly. It doesn't come from avoiding fear, but from moving toward it, feeling it fully, and acting regardless. Marcus Aurelius said that what blocks the path actually becomes the path, meaning every obstacle, every setback, every moment of self-doubt is exactly what strengthens your confidence. The discomfort you try to escape, the things you think are holding you back, are actually shaping you into someone who can handle whatever comes next. Confidence isn't about eliminating fear, it's about acting despite it. It's about walking into the meeting, taking on the challenge, speaking up in front of others, even when your heart is racing. It's not fearlessness that creates confidence, it's action in the presence of fear. You won't always feel ready, and that's okay, because that's where growth happens. The longer you wait for confidence to appear, the longer you remain stuck. It's not something you wait for or fake. It's something you earn through daily action and stepping beyond your comfort zone. The more you face fear, the more you realize it's rarely as overwhelming as it seems. What once felt impossible slowly becomes manageable. That's how confidence grows, through repetition, through proving to yourself that you can do difficult things. Not by consuming content, but by taking action. At first it may feel uncomfortable, and you might doubt your ability, but that doubt is normal. Everyone feels it. The difference between those who grow and those who stay stuck is the willingness to act anyway. Think back to when you learned to walk as a child. You didn't wait until you felt confident. You tried, stumbled, tried again, and eventually you ran. Confidence didn't come before action. It came because of it. Confidence isn't a finish line. It's an ongoing process. It's not about perfection or never feeling uncertain. It's about embracing uncertainty, doing what scares you, and continuing to show up even when you don't feel ready. Each step makes you stronger, and each fearful action proves you're capable of more than you thought. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hoping confidence will magically arrive. Take action now. Do it scared. Build confidence through the small, daily actions that stretch you. Remember, the discomfort you feel is what transforms you. Each time you face it, you move closer to who you want to become. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about choosing courage despite fear. And you can start right now. So what's holding you back? Take the first step today. So where does real confidence come from? It's simpler than most people realize. It doesn't come from motivation, another book, or repeating affirmations. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's a result. It's built on consistent, intentional action. You don't wake up confident one day. You create it by stepping into discomfort and honoring your commitments even when you're tired or afraid. Each time you act despite fear, you train your mind to trust itself. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Seneca said we suffer more in imagination than in reality. How often have you avoided something because you pictured the worst outcome? Your mind creates scenarios that almost never happen. In reality, things are usually far less severe than fear suggests. When you act, you realize that what scared you was often just imagination. Confidence grows when you face those fears and see that you're still standing, stronger than before. It doesn't come from comfort. It comes from repeated exposure to discomfort. Every time you do something intimidating, whether it's speaking up, making a decision, or learning something new, you collect proof that you can handle challenges. The next time feels easier because you've done it before. Your brain starts storing evidence of your capability, and that evidence becomes confidence. People often assume confident individuals were born that way, but the truth is they earned it through uncomfortable effort. They learned to act without feeling ready. It's not about waiting for perfect conditions. It's about trusting yourself to figure things out along the way. Each action, no matter how small, builds self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Confidence isn't handed to you, it's built. It's not about hoping things work out. It's about doing what needs to be done even when it feels risky. Each time you choose action over hesitation, you expand your sense of what's possible. The key isn't approval or perfect timing, it's decisive action. The more you act, the more confident you become. So stop waiting and start moving. Step into discomfort and trust that confidence is waiting on the other side. You already have what you need to begin. You've felt it before, the racing heart, sweaty palms, and that inner voice telling you you're not enough. That voice is fear, and it's loud, but it isn't always truthful. The Stoics understood fear as a distortion, a projection of what might go wrong, not what will. In those moments, you have a choice. You can obey fear or act anyway. When you choose action, you reclaim control, and each time you do, your confidence strengthens. When you start embracing fear, you see it as a signal, not a stop sign. It means you're pushing boundaries and growing. Fear shows up at the edge of the unknown, and the unknown is where confidence is created. Each time you face it, you become more resilient. Think of a moment when you overcame something that terrified you. Before you acted, the fear felt real and intense. But after, you likely felt pride and relief. That feeling wasn't random, it was earned. Confidence is built the same way, through repeated action in the face of fear. Fear can also invite reflection. When it shows up, ask yourself what the worst outcome really is. Often, it's survivable, sometimes even beneficial. Each time you make it through fear, you prove your strength. Confidence isn't built on ease, but on challenge. The goal isn't to eliminate fear entirely. You may always feel nervous when facing something new, and that's fine. The Stoics didn't aim to erase emotion. They aimed to master their response to it. You may feel fear, but it doesn't have to control you. The difference is knowing that even with fear present, you can still move forward. You choose to move forward anyway, and you refuse to let fear decide your direction, because every time you act despite it, you teach yourself that fear isn't a barrier, it's just part of the path. Fear isn't here to stop you, it's here to show you that you're stepping into something meaningful. It's proof that you're pushing past what's familiar, expanding your limits, and becoming more of who you're meant to be. So, when fear appears again, don't avoid it, don't give it control, look at it, accept it, and then move forward regardless. Every time you do that, your confidence strengthens. You begin to understand that fear is only a signal, and it has never had the power to prevent you from becoming who you're capable of being. So why do we obsess over massive breakthroughs? Maybe it's the temptation of instant success, the fantasy of achieving something huge without enduring the uncomfortable work. But that's not how confidence is formed. Confidence isn't created through dramatic moments or unrealistic targets. It's built quietly through repetition, through the small actions you take every day. Each step forward, no matter how minor it feels, is a win. Those actions are like small investments in your belief in yourself. And with time, they grow into something far greater than you expect. Those small wins stack up. And before you realize it, you've moved further than you thought possible. You begin to notice a change in yourself. What once felt unreachable now feels possible, and your belief in yourself starts to deepen. It's easy to dismiss these small steps, but they matter more than anything else. They prove that you can adapt, that you can tolerate discomfort, and that you can face challenges consistently. They become the foundation of real, unshakable confidence. Pause for a moment and think about something you've achieved in the past. Was it the result of one bold, dramatic move, or was it built through steady, consistent effort? It was almost certainly the latter. Whether you were learning something new, improving your body, or developing a skill, progress came from showing up again and again. You didn't suddenly wake up with mastery, you earned it over time. And with every small effort, your confidence in yourself grew. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed progress required patience, discipline, and daily action. Seneca said that no one becomes wise by accident, and confidence, like wisdom, is developed through practice and reflection. It's not about waiting for ideal conditions, it's about acting where you are with what you have. And the more you act, the more confident you become, not because you know everything, but because you've proven you can handle what comes next. So, how do you use this? Right now, you start by breaking overwhelming goals into simple, achievable steps. Instead of telling yourself you need to completely change your life, at once ask what you can do today to move slightly closer to where you want to be. If you want advancement, don't fixate on the title, focus on the actions. What can you do this week to stand out? Can you contribute more? Can you seek feedback? Those small moves increase your visibility, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your confidence. Small steps also free you from waiting for perfection. Waiting for the perfect moment often leads to inaction. Progress matters more than timing, and every step forward counts. Each time you choose action, you build momentum, and momentum is what silences self-doubt. It's hard to doubt yourself when you can see evidence of effort. You start realizing you've always been capable. Remember, confidence isn't a rare gift. It's earned through consistent action, through showing up even when it feels pointless. It's about honoring your commitment to yourself and letting your behavior shape your belief. So instead of waiting for a defining moment, take a small step. Now send the message, start the task, make space to think. Those are the steps that create real change. And as you take them, your confidence grows faster than you expect. One of the core Stoic ideas is virtue, the habit of doing what's right even when it's uncomfortable. Confidence follows the same rule. It doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's built through repetition, through discipline, and through choosing discomfort. You don't wake up confident, you wake up and act with intention. The Stoics believed meaningful lives were shaped by difficult choices, not easy ones. They valued effort over comfort. And confidence works the same way. If you want it to last, you must practice it. Like any skill, progress doesn't come overnight. It comes through daily effort, choosing challenge again and again. And with time, confidence becomes natural. When building confidence, it's not about feeling ready, it's about acting anyway. Every day, choose something that stretches you, something slightly uncomfortable. Whether it's a difficult conversation, learning something unfamiliar, or pushing your physical limits, Every time you face discomfort, you strengthen. Confidence consistency matters more than perfection. The more often you engage, the more proof you give yourself that you can handle life. Building confidence is like training for endurance. You don't rush, you progress steadily. You allow setbacks, but you don't stop. And with practice, what once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Confidence, like strength, grows through repetition. There will be days you doubt yourself, days when resistance feels loud. On those days, remember, confidence follows action, not emotion. You don't need to feel confident to move, you just need to keep going, because growth lives beyond discomfort. And growth always brings confidence. Consistency is everything. It's not about doing it all at once, it's about returning every day and acting despite doubt. This is where habits shape identity. Confidence, like any skill, is reinforced through practice. The more you face difficulty, the more capable you become, until challenges that once intimidated you no longer do. Confidence and discipline are inseparable. Without discipline, confidence collapses the moment things get hard. Real confidence comes from trusting yourself to follow through. It's built by keeping small promises daily. Most people wait for motivation, but confidence is earned through consistency and discipline. The Stoics understood this. They relied on control of their actions, not emotions. Marcus Aurelius said, "You control your mind, not events." And that understanding creates strength. True confidence is revealed when conditions are unstable. Discipline keeps you moving when motivation fades. It ensures confidence becomes part of who you are. Confidence isn't built by waiting, it's built by acting every day, even when you don't feel like it. Each promise you keep strengthens trust in yourself. And that trust becomes confidence. You stop doubting and start believing, because your actions prove it. Confidence isn't perfection, it's reliability. It's knowing you'll show up regardless. And that self-trust makes confidence permanent. When you commit to discipline, you a firm belief in yourself, and every difficult action reinforces it. This is where many people fall. They wait to feel ready instead of acting anyway. And when that drive fades, their confidence fades with it. But when you lean on discipline instead, you create a base that doesn't collapse. Whether you feel inspired or not, the work still gets done. And with every finished task, no matter how small, your confidence begins to rise. This isn't easy. The road to self-discipline is filled with obstacles and setbacks, but it's within those moments of resistance that real confidence is built. When you move through discomfort, when you keep the promises you've made to yourself, you show yourself that you can endure hardship. This is how mental strength is formed. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop over time. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, even when you don't want to, you become a little stronger and a little more confident in your ability to keep going. And here's the truth. Self-discipline doesn't require perfection. You don't need to hit every goal or follow every routine flawlessly. What matters is continuing to show up, continuing to make small intentional choices that move you forward. Perfection isn't the aim, progress is. Self-discipline is about consistent, positive action toward your goals, regardless of how often you stumble. The more you practice this, the more you build the belief that you can handle whatever life places in front of you. That belief, that steady trust in your ability to follow through, becomes the foundation of true, lasting confidence. As you continue, remember that every small step you take and every promise you keep is a chance to strengthen that confidence. It's not about massive breakthroughs or dramatic shifts. It's about the discipline to do what needs to be done, one day at a time. This is the strength of self-discipline. This is how lasting confidence is formed. But what happens when you fail? What if you give something your best effort and it still doesn't work out? The fear of failure is something everyone faces at some point, and it can feel overwhelming, especially when you've invested so much time, effort, and energy. But here's the reality. Failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. In fact, failure is necessary for growth. The Stoics, the ancient philosophers who emphasized resilience and virtue, viewed failure very differently than most people do. While many of us avoid it, they saw it as an opportunity, an essential step toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. When you fail, you gain insight that success can't give you. You discover what doesn't work, what to adjust, and where you need to improve. And that knowledge is just as valuable as knowing what does work. Failure provides real feedback on your actions, your choices, and your approach. It reveals weaknesses and offers you the chance to correct them. In this way, failure becomes a powerful teacher. It's not something to escape from, but something to accept. The truth is, failure doesn't define who you are. What matters is how you respond to it. Think about the most successful people you know, in business, sports, or life. Do you believe they reach their goals without failing along the way? Of course not. They encountered setbacks, made mistakes, and faced obstacles that could have stopped them. But instead of seeing failure as the finish line, they recognized it as part of the journey. They learned from it, adapted, and used it as fuel to move forward. The Stoics mastered this way of thinking. They understood that while we can't control everything that happens, we can control how we respond, and our response to failure plays a major role in shaping our future. It's easy to see failure as a reflection of our worth, but the Stoics taught that failure is simply an event, not a judgment of who we are. It's a natural part of life, a step toward mastery. Every failure adds experience and prepares you for the challenges ahead. Instead of fearing failure, try shifting your perspective. Rather than asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What can this teach me?" When you begin to see failure as a lesson instead of a threat, fear loses its grip. You realize that failure isn't proof that you're incapable. It's proof that you're trying, that you're stretching yourself and stepping beyond your comfort zone. This is why the Stoics believed growth comes from facing adversity, not avoiding it. Strength is discovered through challenge. You may not control whether you fail, but you do control whether you let failure shape or strengthen you. No one succeeds without failing. Confidence isn't built by avoiding mistakes, but by learning how to recover from them. Every setback can become a step forward if you allow it to be. The more you approach failure as a lesson, the more confident you become. Each failure reminds you that you're still learning, still moving, still progressing. So when failure shows up, don't tear yourself down. Pause, reflect, and identify what you've gained from the experience. Look at what went wrong, what you can improve, and how you can move forward more wisely. And remember, you're not alone. Every accomplished person has failed countless times. What sets them apart is their willingness to continue, to accept failure as part of the path. Failure isn't the end. It's a chapter in the journey. Embrace it, learn from it, and keep going. Every time you do, you build resilience, strength, and confidence, and that's what truly matters. Here's something most people overlook. Your emotions follow your actions, not the other way around. This is one of the most important truths about confidence, and it's the key to unlocking your potential. Many people wait to feel confident before they act. They wait for fear to disappear, for doubt to fade, for certainty to arrive. But here's the problem. That moment never comes. Confidence doesn't show up on its own. It's created through action. If you keep waiting for your emotions to line up with your goals, you'll never move forward. You have to act first. You have to step forward even when you don't feel ready. When you choose action in the presence of fear, your mind starts collecting evidence that you can handle challenges. That's how confidence grows. It's not a sudden feeling. It's built through repetition. Every action reinforces your belief in yourself. Over time, this evidence stacks up and your self-image begins to change. You start seeing yourself as capable, resilient, and confident. You can't wait for your emotions to shift before acting. You must act and allow the feelings to follow. Epictetus captured this perfectly when he said, First decide who you want to be, and then do what is required to become that person. Define your identity. Tell yourself, I am confident, or I am capable. And then take actions that support that belief. You don't need to feel ready. Your actions will shape your emotions. Each time you face what scares you, you build a new version of yourself. Layer by layer, confidence grows until one day you realize how far you've come. Waiting for confidence keeps you stuck. Growth always involves uncertainty, and fear never fully disappears. The key is learning to move forward anyway. Action teaches you that you can survive discomfort and overcome obstacles. This is how confident people operate. They don't wait for permission from their feelings. They create momentum through action. Whether it's speaking up, making a difficult choice, or taking a risk, they understand that confidence is earned through movement. Think back to something meaningful you've accomplished. You probably didn't feel fully confident at the start, but you acted anyway, and confidence followed. Confidence isn't fixed. It grows as you grow. It's built by showing up, doing the hard things, and staying consistent even when it's uncomfortable. So don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start where you are and take the next step. Even small actions matter. Confidence is like training for a marathon. At first it's uncomfortable, but with every step you become stronger. Over time, fear loses its power, not because it's gone, but because you've learned to move through it. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear. Let your actions shape your emotions. Don't wait to feel confident, create it. The moment is already here, in the choices you make today. Keep moving forward, keep embracing discomfort, and let each step build the unshakable confidence you're capable of. If you found this video valuable, check out the suggested videos on screen. Each one is designed to help you continue growing and becoming your strongest self. Thanks for being part of Stoic. Keep embracing the journey, and I'll see you in the next one.